Hello friends, welcome back to Aunt Debbie's Boutique. Today we're going to be making a small purse, and because it's suitable for a child, I thought I would use child-friendly fabrics. It's also suitable for adults who like to carry small purses. This one is going to be very simple. I like to keep my projects as simple as possible, but some of the wallets are a little more complicated that we've done recently, but I think you'll find this purse really easy to make. Okay, I have jotted down what all we're going to need, and maybe you can screenshot this if I hold it close enough to the camera, and so you'll have a record of it. But what we are going to need is, for our body of our purse, we need a 9" by 15" for the outside, and I'm using these cute poodles for the outside, and a 9" by 15" for the lining, and I'm going to use these pink hearts because all little girls love purple and pink. I'm sorry we lost connection there for a minute. Let me continue on with what I was explaining. We've already talked about the body of the fabric that we need. And for the strap, if you're doing a crossbody, you want the outside fabric to be 3 inches wide by about 52 inches long. If you're doing a shoulder strap, you can make it about 42 to 44 inches long. And both of them, we need 1.5 inch interfacing down the center. We're going to, if you want a pocket, which is optional, you need a 7" by 8" piece of your lining fabric, and you need some lightweight interfacing, and this is lightweight in the strap too. That is 6.5 by 7.5. We need, for hardware, we need 2 D-rings, 2 of these strap hooks, and we're going to do a different type of closure today. This one, when the prongs are out of the way, this will come up through that hole, and you can twist it and it will keep your purse locked. So we're going to try that today. Okay, I went ahead and ironed this like we've been doing on all the other straps we've done. If you need more instruction, you might want to refer to one of the wristlet videos that we have. But we turn in the fabric halfway, pretty much. Just, you want to iron it next to your interfacing. Turn it in halfway on each one, then you turn it together and iron that. Now I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it down both sides real close to the edge, and then we'll work on putting our hardware on it. Okay, let's give it a good press. Now I'm going to cut 4 inches off. For our D-rings, I'm going to cut those in two. And then I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine and stitch it as close to the ring as I can. And I'm going to take this over to the machine. I want to make sure it's all nice and straight. And when I sew this under, I'm going to turn under a little bit and then get the clasp in there. And so we don't have a raw edge showing. And we're going to sew this in place. Now, let's make sure we keep it straight. We'll put this one on this end. Turn it under. And sew it again on this end. Now that we have our strap taken care of, let's put it aside and concentrate on our pocket. And this is optional, so you do not have to do this. But we're going to fold this right sides together, and we're going to sew around this side and around this side, but we're going to leave a gap so we can turn it. So about that much we're not going to sew. So let's do that. Let's clip our corners. Turn it right side out, and we will take it back to the ironing table. Now then, we want to place it in the proper place, and I want to turn up 5.5 inches. Okay, that's just a too much on this side. If you have a directional print, make sure you've got that this is up. And I'm going to just put a quick press in there. And then we want to fold down 3.5 inches. So we are going to have about 1 inch in there. Okay, so that's what the inside of our purse is going to look like. Now, we want to center this pocket about an inch or 1.25 inches from the top. Let's put it 1.25 inches from that crease line. Uh-oh. After I was talking about directional fabric, I had my pocket upside down. Now, we make sure we have our place where we turned it ironed in. So we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch it around here, and that will close in that stitching. Now, if you want to make 2 pockets out of it, measure halfway and put a seam there. I'm going to leave mine 1 pocket because I might want to stick my cell phone in there. So I'm going to leave it big, but it's up to you. You can make 3 smaller ones, you can make 2, whatever. Okay, let's sew it. Okay, I want to be sure and back stitch at the beginning and the end of this. Give it a quick steam. Now, we have to make a decision because I used a directional print and it would have been better if I had used a toss print so they would go in all directions. We have to decide whether we want the back of our purse, the dogs to be going right, and then in the front, they'll be upside down, or they can be right side up on the front of the purse and upside down on the back. And that's why I should have used something besides a directional print. But I'm going to put my dogs upside down on the back of the purse, and so the front looks good. And we're going to put right sides together. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and iron in my 5.5 inch seam. And then my 3.5, I'm sorry, it was 3.5. And that's just for markers. Okay, then we're going to take our D-rings and we are going to put them right above that top plate. Right below. Okay, well, that one's not quite up there. We want it right at the edge of that fold. Now we're going to put right sides together. Make sure that the crease we made here is going to line up with the crease we made there. Right sides, yes. And we want to make sure these creases are lining up, but I can feel that they are. Okay, once again, we're going to take a 1/2 inch seam this time all the way around, but let's leave, because we've got Peltex in this and it's so hard to turn, let's leave a pretty wide spot to turn it. Okay, I want to be sure and back stitch at the beginning and the end of this. Now before I turn it, I want to clip my corners, trim them nice and thin. Now we're going to turn it, wrong end. And it's a little bit hard because of the Peltex. I mean, it's bulky, but it's not that hard to do. Okay, it looks like my corners came out nice. So let's steam it now. Now that's nice and neat. So I'm just going to stitch across the bottom for right now. Now that we've got that stitched closed, we're going to do something different here. This fold right down here, about a 1/2 inch on either side of it. We're going to do another fold. It needs to go this way. Now, do you see the little pinch pleat we have here? Then on this one, we're going to iron it real good right there. Then we're going to iron it real good right here. And this is what's going to give us some depth to our purse. Okay, we're going to take it to the sewing machine now, and we are going to stitch straight up the side, around, and straight down this side. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is very, very thick. You might need an extra heavy duty needle, and you want to go back and forth over it if you can, but stitch slowly. See, I bent my needle. So let's put a new needle in. I'm going to put a heavier one in. Okay, that was very difficult to stitch through, and I had to just almost hand crank it. And I did break my needle first rattle out of the box, so I put in a stronger needle. So I recommend at least a 14. Now, here's the inside of our purse. We have a little pocket there, and we have a little extra room here on the bottom. And we're going to fold this over to give us a little extra room here at the top so that our strap can catch this. So the next thing we need to do is mark where we want to put our closure. So we want it halfway across, and this now measures exactly 8 inches. So the center is going to be exactly 4 inches. I'll put just a little dot there. Shouldn't have done it with ink. Then I'm going to trace the inside of this. This is the back of the closure, but it's easier to trace with. Now, an X-Acto knife works good. You can cut it with a scissor. If you have a sharp seam ripper like this one is, that's what I'm going to use. And you want to cut it barely on the outside of your line so that you're cutting away the black from your line that you made. Okay, let's see if our closure fits in there, if we need to make it bigger. Okay, I can still see a little bit of the fabric, so I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, let's see if that works. I think that's going to work. So now I'm going to flip it over. And put this little ring on it. I'm going to have to turn up one of the prongs a little bit to get it to fit on there. And now you just want to clamp those down really hard. And I'm going to try, I'll probably get an X-Acto knife to get that looking a little better, but you can't see it from the front. Now then, we want to put this part on. So we want to position it to where our straps are going to be level. And our ring is going to fit right in there. So we need to make a mark just inside on both edges. And don't cut through your pocket accidentally. What happened to my little ring? There it is. Then you put this little ring on the back. And then you're going to just turn under the little prongs. Okay, let's fasten our purse. Oh, one of my prongs is kind of in the way. There, I got it. Now we just turn it and it's locked. We want to put our straps on with the folded underside on the inside. And there we have it. Our nice little purse with shoulder strap, pocket, plenty of room, and a nice little catch that stays locked. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you will like and subscribe. It will help me to continue to be able to bring more projects for you. I hope you found this one to be enjoyable and simple enough for even a beginner to follow. On our Wednesday video of this week, we're going to make an adjustable strap so that you can adjust the length and you don't have to have an exact measurement of where you want to wear your purse, because everybody's body is different lengths. So tune in for that, and I will show you how to make an adjustable strap and put it on this particular purse. Okay, remember, whatever you do, do it to the glory of the Lord. Thank you.